Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for September 6, 2025. This is for the lower 48 United States. Thank you for joining me. Please hit that subscribe button and like button as you come in. We're going to be talking about the current hazards for the lower 48 United States. This is valid for tomorrow, September 7th, 2025, Sunday as well. So now we can get into the tropics as well as the general temperature profile for the United States. Now, right now, we're looking at the National Weather Service current hazards. Let's just start off by saying it's been a beautiful day across much of the country. A beautiful late summer day here from the southeast to the northeast to the upper Midwest to the southwest and the west. A beautiful day, not much hazards at all, as you see, almost a clean slate here. But if you look in the PNW, the Pacific Northwest, if you're coming across the Stevens Pass, the White Pass, Richards Pass, up into the Cascades, there is a red flag warning in pink, this fuchsia color here, for the central valleys of Washington State and Oregon as well. The lower valleys there, and the lower Cascades and the mountains there, east and hills east of Coos Bay and Salem and down south of Portland there. Now we also have the flood watch is continuing in New Mexico, I-25 corridor. So we're coming along Taos, for consequences toward Roswell off of I-25 there. There is a flood watch in some of those prone areas, Ruidoso, some of those other prone areas. So be careful if you're coming along I-25 there or even close to I-10 there in southern New Mexico there. Flood watches remain in effect until Sunday, September 7th, 2025. And up north, we have that purple fuchsia color freeze warning, our first freeze warning toward International Falls area, Bemidji, up toward the Arrowhead of Minnesota. So if you're up there doing getting ready for some early fishing out there on the lake and stuff, be careful. There is a freeze warning in the morning for Sunday, September 7th, 2025. That's what we have for that. Now, going to the hurricane season here, let's look at the surface analysis map here. We have a cold front draping into the Great Lakes area. This will continue to push eastward here. As it pushes eastward, it's going to bring a cooling relief, but some showers, spark off some showers here in the I-95 corridor, anywhere from Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Trenton, down to D.C. and Baltimore, and into Virginia, the northern neck there, Richmond. So those showers will make their approach through Saturday night and then Sunday morning. That'll clear out, and behind it, providing some cooler temperatures and sunshine. Beautiful fall weather. High pressure and firm control upper Midwest here. Beautiful weather all the way through. There's some high cirrus clouds floating around here. High pressures and firm control of the tropics here. Bermuda high, Azores high continues to dominate there, as you see right there. Now, looking at the temperatures here for Sunday, tomorrow, September 7th, 2025, you can see it's still warm. Summertime is still in full effect. Humidity won't be as bad, but in the central and the mid-south and in the deep south, humidity levels will be high, but temperatures are pretty average for this time of year. 90 degrees in Tampa, 88 degrees in Miami, Fahrenheit, 83 degrees, 87 degrees in Houston, Fahrenheit, 82 in Dallas, Fort Worth, 101 in Phoenix, no surprise there, 102 in Palm Desert, and then we have along the coast, cool along the coast, 74 degrees Fahrenheit in Oxnard, California. Hello to you guys. 73 degrees Fahrenheit in D.C., 67 degrees Fahrenheit in Chicago for Taste of Chicago and the cool weather there. Very nice. 65 in Waukegan, 66 degrees in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Hello to you guys. So temperatures across the board are continuing to be warm into Sunday, and that's great news for everyone doing their plans here. And this is followed by great dry air. You can see in orange here, this orange and yellow, is dry air extending all the way from Buffalo, New York, Erie, back through the I-90 corridor, Chicago, back into Kansas City, St. Louis. Hello to you guys. Back into Nebraska and into the high, just up to the front range there, abutting the front range there. So you can see this dry air in yellow here is providing a crisp and refreshing air, fall-like air, all the way into the deep south here. It's in the Mississippi Valley here, from Memphis, Greenfield, Tennessee, down to Biloxi, New Orleans. Some cooler air, somewhat cooler air is good news here as the showers stay in the Red River Valley of Texas. Florida, you're still going to be humid there. As you can see the moisture there from Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Cocoa Beach, Melbourne Beach, Tampa, Orlando, Spring Hill, Florida, back up into Gainesville, Ocala. You guys are going to be dealing with those showers continuing into Sunday, as well as up in our friends in Georgia, Atlanta, Greenville, South Carolina, Charlotte, Raleigh-Durham, the Triangle, Greensboro, back into Mount Airy and Danville, Virginia, and back into the Shenandoah Valley here. So we're going to see that moisture continue to feed into the area as this frontal passes through. On Sunday, though, after that, it should be clearing out, and this dry air will take over back here in orange here, so it makes a refreshing area here. Invest 91L. This could become Gabrielle, or will become Gabrielle here in the next 48 hours here. Category 1, a lot of intensity models bring it up to a Category 1 as it makes its way toward the Lesser Antilles. Still a lot of time to watch this system here. But Gabrielle, when it becomes named here, it looks to be tracking more westward and southward than previous here. There's the model guidance here, as you can see here. And so all interest in northern Lesser Antilles, let's say all interest north of Barbados and Dominica, those interests in Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Saba, St. Eustatius, U.S. Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands need to monitor this toward the end of this week as it makes its initial approach into your area, because it will be named Gabrielle here, but right now it's Invest 91L. Now we'll be battling some of that dry air that I showed you here as these tropical waves come through here from off the African coast here. So that will be an issue there as it continues to battle. There's a lot of dry air out here in the mid-Atlantic and the central Atlantic, and we'll see how Gabrielle, that will inhibit some of the development of this system, but it is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane possibly by Thursday or Friday, Saturday, later on in this week here. So there's something to keep in mind here for all interest in the Lesser Antilles Islands as we continue to monitor the progress of Invest 91L, which is going to become Gabrielle. So this is our latest forecast for September 6th, 2025 and September 7th, 2025. Take care. God bless. Be sure to subscribe. I'll talk to you very soon. Thanks for listening.